Today we will take a look at how a girl from Barranquilla became a global pop music icon. Her full name is Shakira Isabel Mebarak Ripoll. Born on February 2, 1977 in Barranquilla, Colombia, she is one of the most recognized and beloved artists in the world. Her father, William Mebarak Shadid, is of Lebanese descent, and her mother, Nidia del Carmen Ripoll Dorado, is Colombian with Spanish roots. This mix of cultures deeply influenced Shakira, infusing her music with the diverse rhythms and sounds that would later become her signature. Her name, Shakira, means grateful in Arabic. From an early age, Shakira showed a natural talent for music and dance. At the age of 4, she was introduced to the sights and sounds of Arabic dance and percussion music. From that moment, she fell in love and taught herself to dance. She impressed her family and her friends with her dancing ability, especially belly dancing, a skill she inherited from her Lebanese heritage. This ability would help her stand out in the future and become an integral part of her stage performances. Her father was a writer and jewelry store owner who instilled in her a love of literature and creativity. He introduced her to poetry and gave her a typewriter when she was just 7 years old. Shakira began writing her own poems, which eventually turned into song lyrics. Poetry became a form of expression for her, a way to communicate her feelings and thoughts. Despite her talent, Shakira's childhood was not without challenges. Her family faced economic difficulties, especially when her father's jewelry business ran into financial problems. This difficult time made her more aware of the social inequalities and poverty that affected many in her country. These early experiences instilled in her a deep empathy and a strong sense of responsibility for those less fortunate, something that would motivate her to be successful in the future so that she could help others. But we will talk more about that later. Shakira's musical journey didn't start on the right foot. In grade school, she had a huge frustration because her teacher refused to let her join the choir. The teacher didn't like her voice. He said her vibrato was too strong and distracting. Even her classmates would bully her, saying she sounded like a goat. Luckily, her parents, especially her father, recommended that she should protect her vibrato, which eventually became her signature sound. Shakira made her first foray into the music world at a surprisingly young age. By the age of 10, she had won several local talent contests, excelling with her powerful voice and stage presence. At the age of 13, she signed her first recording contract with Sony Music Colombia to record 3 albums, a remarkable achievement for someone so young. Her debut album, Magia, or Magic, 1990, was a collection of songs she had been writing since the age of 8. Although the album did not achieve significant commercial success, it established Shakira as a young promise in the Colombian music industry. In 1992, Shakira was initially selected to represent Colombia in the OTI Festival, an international song competition similar to the Eurovision Song Contest, but for Ibero-American countries. Unfortunately, she could not compete because she was underage. 1 year later, she represented Colombia at the Viña del Mar Festival, where she came in second place. Her second album, Peligro, or Danger, was released in 1993. However, like her first album, it failed to capture the public's attention. Shakira then decided to take a break from music to complete her high school education, demonstrating her commitment to personal and academic development. Between 1993 to 1994, at age 16, she worked as an actress on a Colombian telenovela, a soap opera, called El Oasis. She also interpreted some of the songs in that show, but chances are you will find minimal content in reference to it. As it's said, she bought the rights so people can't watch it. Shakira's first 2 albums failed, in part because she had minimal creative control in production, so neither album came out the way she originally envisioned it. At the time, music in Colombia, and in general, was shifting to an alternative rock sound. Shakira was asked to participate in a compilation album by Sony Music called Nuestro Rock 2. Shakira decided to release a new song called Donde Estás Corazón with help from the producer of Nuestro Rock, Luis Fernando Ochoa. Once the compilation album was released, Donde Estás Corazón became a heavily requested song in Colombian radio stations. This gave Shakira the opportunity to request more creative control over her next album. She had a 3-album deal, so this was an all-or-nothing moment for her. With help from Luis Fernando Ochoa, in October of 1995, she released Pies Descalzos. This became her breakthrough album, which had a radically different style of production than her previous albums. It was driven by Latin pop genres mixed with pop rock. Oddly enough, Sony had little expectations for the album, believing it would sell less than 100,000 units, but all 6 singles achieved commercial success in Latin America and the United States. The album eventually sold over 5 million copies. An interesting side note in the success of Pies Descalzos and Shakira is that she received an extra boost from an unexpected person. In June of 1995, Canadian-American singer Alanis Morissette released her album Jagged Little Pill. By the time Pies Descalzos came out in October of '95, Jagged Little Pill had become a massive hit. Many in the media noticed similarities in style and singing between them, and started to call Shakira the Latin Alanis Morissette. This persona and sound pushed through into her next album, Donde Estan los Ladrones? Where Are the Thieves? An album that cemented her status as a Latin music star. It was produced with Emilio Estefan. The album included such hits as Ciega Sordomuda and Ojos Así, the latter of which showcased her Arabic heritage with a blend of Oriental or Latin rhythms and the introduction of her belly dancing. The album received its name due to an unfortunate incident while visiting Bogotá, Colombia. Part of her luggage was stolen, including a notebook where she had the lyrics for the song she was working on. This traumatic experience created a mental block in her, since all she could think about was the thieves, and she could not remember the lyrics in the notebook. Luckily, this added fuel to the fire when producing the album, and it paid off big. It went on to be certified platinum in many countries. Rolling Stone added it to its list of 500 greatest albums of all time. On September 29, 2023, Spotify announced Shakira Day. This date also marked the 25th anniversary of Donde Están los Ladrones, one of Shakira's most streamed on Spotify. Her true global fame came with the release of her first English-language album, Laundry Service, also produced by Emilio Estefan. It was actually Gloria Estefan who persuaded Shakira to consider doing some songs in English. This was easier said than done since Shakira didn't speak English at the time, or at least not fluently enough to write songs. She decided to learn English in order to write her own songs, instead of having someone translate them from Spanish to English, once again demonstrating her dedication and talent. The album featured hits like Underneath Your Clothes, Objection, Tango, and Whenever, Wherever, which became one of the best-selling songs of the decade and helped establish Shakira as an internationally recognized artist. So far, Shakira has released a total of 12 studio albums, each successful in its own way. One of the highlights of Shakira's career is her ability to blend musical genres. From pop and rock to Latin and Arabic music, she has proven to be an experimental artist. Collaboration has also been an integral part of her career, working with a variety of artists like Beyoncé on Beautiful Liar, Rihanna on Can't Remember to Forget You, Black Eyed Peas on Girl Like Me, Carlos Vives on La Bicicleta. Each collaboration has added a new dimension to her music, allowing her to explore different styles and reach new audiences. However, one of her biggest successes came in 2006, when she collaborated with Wyclef Jean on Hips Don't Lie for her album Oral Fixation Volume 2. This song was not part of the original album, but the album was struggling, and it was added in for the re-release. The name is a reference to Shakira's feeling when a song is ready for release, because it gets her hips moving. Hips Don't Lie is actually a remake of Wyclef's song Dance Like This from the movie Dirty Dancing Havana Nights. If you listen to it, you'll be surprised.
Way
Shakira took the original and made it her own, even to the point of telling the world, "En Barranquilla se baila así." In Barranquilla, we dance like this, a shout-out to her hometown. Hips Don't Lie became her first single to reach #1 on the US Billboard Hot 100 and UK charts. It is considered her most successful song since it topped the charts in more than 55 countries. By the time of the 2006 World Cup in Germany, Shakira was at the top of the charts with Hips Don't Lie. Although the official song of the Cup was performed by Il Divo, Time of Our Lives, it was Hips Don't Lie that got everyone dancing at the closing ceremony. The Colombian stole the show with her hip moves that caught the world's attention and would open doors for future performances at such spectacles. Shakira was asked to provide the official song for the 2010 World Cup, which was in South Africa. This decision by FIFA caused controversy, as some South Africans were upset that a non-African was going to be the main star. As luck would have it, the South African band Freshly Ground accidentally met up with Waka Waka producer John Hill at a recording studio in New York while the song was still in the production process. Waka Waka, This Time for Africa, achieved massive success and resonated with millions around the world. Another significant event at this World Cup is that she met her future partner, Spanish soccer player Gerard Piqué, while recording the video for Waka Waka. They would go on to have 2 children together. Wait, did I say partner? Oops, I meant ex-partner. We'll get to that later. For a third consecutive time, Shakira recorded a song for the World Cup, this time together with Brazilian musician Carlinhos Brown. Shakira released a new version of her song, Dare, entitled La La La, Brazil 2014. The official song for this World Cup was We Are One, Ole Ole by Pitbull and Jennifer Lopez. But Shakira's song was the second official song of the Cup and many times was played more than the official, as if the World Cup stage wasn't enough. In February of 2020, right before the pandemic started, Jennifer Lopez and Shakira performed together at the Super Bowl halftime show. They each did a medley of their songs. In an interview with Cosmopolitan, Shakira said, "I really thought it was a great opportunity to make a strong statement about what an important part of the American fabric the Latino community is. There was a lot of work behind it, a lot of stress, but it was one of the highlights of my career." Shakira has made her mark not only as a singer, but also as a philanthropist and humanitarian. A few examples are, in 1997, Shakira founded the Pies Descalzos Foundation, which aims to support education in Colombia. The foundation has built several schools that provide quality education, nutrition programs, and social support. Shakira has formed strategic partnerships with organizations such as the Barça Foundation and the La Caixa Banking Foundation to improve education and prevent violence in at-risk communities. The foundation also provides a safe and educational environment for displaced children and victims of violence. On the Pies Descalzos website, Shakira says, "Throughout my life, I have seen how education works miracles. I have seen lives and even whole communities transformed. And believe me, to see a child who did not have opportunities to succeed manage to get ahead and obtain equal opportunities in adulthood is such a satisfying feeling that even surpasses that of earning a Grammy." She has been a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador since 2003, focusing her efforts on improving the education and living conditions of the world's most vulnerable children. In January 2010, she visited Haiti after the earthquake and pledged to support education in the country. Later in the year, she performed the Freixenet Champagne Christmas commercial and donated her entire payment for the construction of 2 new schools, one in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and another in Cartagena, Colombia. In June of 2010, she supported children's education in South Africa by selling T-shirts inspired by her song, Waka Waka. In 2015, she urged world leaders to invest in early childhood development, highlighting the importance of nutrition and early stimulation for healthy brain development. 2011, former U.S. President Barack Obama named Shakira as a member of the Presidential Advisory Commission on Educational Excellence for Hispanics. 2017, Shakira receives the Crystal Award at the World Economic Forum for her leadership in education and early childhood development. 2020, the World Literacy Summit and the World Literacy Council awarded her the International Literacy Prize for her significant contribution to global education. She has several statues in her honor in Barranquilla, Colombia, and a square was named after her in Lebanon in 2018. Shakira is considered a mighty woman, not only because she is a mother, but also because of her ability to maintain a successful international career while raising her children, which requires a great deal of organization, sacrifice, and dedication. In addition, Shakira has been open about the challenges of balancing her work, sharing her feelings of guilt, and the difficulties she faces. This honesty has resonated with many people who face similar challenges, as she is transparent about her struggles. Shakira has also found creative ways to involve her children in her work, for example, when she has included them in her music, such as in the song Acróstico. They also came up with the concept of the video Te Felicito. This demonstrates her creativity and commitment to her family. After all, facing criticism, maintaining your career, and raising your children in the public eye requires a great deal of emotional strength and resilience, qualities that define a mighty woman. 2022 was a very difficult year and at the same time, the beginning of something amazing. Shakira and Piqué separated after 11 years together. This came after it was discovered he was cheating on her. She went through many public fights, hard moments, especially for her kids, and even financial difficulties. But Shakira got the last laugh. In her career, some of her most well-known songs speak of past troubled relationships. At this point, she had not put out much music since her last album in 2017. All that time, not writing music, and everything going on in her life made for the perfect storm of creativity. She released what's called La Trilogía de la Venganza, the Trilogy of Vengeance, which was Te Felicito, I Congratulate You, Monotonía, Monotony, and if those weren't hard enough, then came Session 53 with Bizarrap. Each song hits harder than the last, and since everyone knew exactly who the songs were about, the media around her and her ex-partner exploded. After Session 53 came out, the phrase, Las mujeres ya no lloran, las mujeres facturan, was all over social media. It sounds better in Spanish, but the translation is, women no longer cry, women invoice. An English equivalent would be, women don't cry, they get even. Since all this drama started, Shakira has definitely not stopped invoicing. Financially, Shakira is estimated to be worth between $300 million and $400 million. With recent significant earnings such as over $20 million she earned in 2023 from her Trilogía de la Venganza. Session 53 alone has earned her over $150,000 on YouTube and $2.5 million on Spotify. In terms of awards, we'll name a few. She has won 3 Grammys, including Best Latin Pop Album in 2018 for El Dorado, and 15 Latin Grammys, making her the most awarded Latin artist at the ceremony. In 2023, she won the Latin Grammy for Song of the Year for Session 53. She has received multiple Billboard Latin Music Awards, including Latin Pop Artist of the Year in 2023, as well as multiple MTV Video Music Awards. She has been honored with the Order of Arts and Letters of France, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, the Latin Grammy Person of the Year Award, and the International Special Award from the Ivor Novello Awards. She has sold over 80 million records, making her the best-selling female Latin artist in history. In 2023, she was the female artist with the most Guinness World Records, 21, surpassing Madonna with 16. She is the first South American artist to be nominated for the Grammy Awards, Latin Grammy, Golden Globes, Emmy Awards, and many others. All of these awards and recognitions reflect not only her commercial success, but also her cultural impact, artistic talent, and commitment to humanitarian causes, establishing her as an influential and respected figure on the global stage. She has and will continue to inspire future generations of mighty women. If she is an inspiration to you, let us know in the comments. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our upcoming videos.